allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May 12th, 2026. In attendance, David Watkins, Brandon Wolf, and Cassie Craig. Brandon motioned to accept the previous meeting minutes. David second. All members agreed. Cassie motioned to accept financials. Brandon second. All members agreed. Cassie motioned to accept Todd Green's tree bid. Brandon second. All members agreed. Cassie motioned to accept Next Gen's brush removal bid pending they have insurance. Brandon second. All agreed. Cassie motioned to accept ordinance 2026-2. Brandon second. All agreed. Brandon set executive meeting for 5/18/26 at 6 p.m. to discuss deputy marshal. All board members agreed to have a full board meeting following the executive meeting at 6:30 p.m. Cassie asked all department heads to attend all board meetings. Cassie asked if all employees have disclosed their off-duty employment for 2026. Brandon motioned to accept Humane Society contract. Cassie second. All members agreed. Cassie motioned to approve the quote for utility supply company in the amount of $39,675 for the AMI meter reading system to be funded with water funds and the town's $11,970 credit with USC. Brandon second. All members agreed. Justin read his report. Cassie motioned to get a quote on small water tank inspection. Brandon second. All agreed. David motioned to move forward with the UV system. Brandon second. All agreed. Brandon motioned to increase Garrett Boyle to $20 an hour. Cassie second. All agreed. Carlisle to host IFA meeting at Sherwood Building in spring 2026. Brant gave a report. Brandon motioned to set $1,000 spending limit for street superintendent pending applicable fund has enough in it. David second. All agreed. Cassie motioned to let street superintendent use the Marshall building. Brandon second. All agreed. Cassie motioned to advertise on town's Facebook for a seasonal labor up to 32 hours a week at $16.60 an hour. Brandon second. All agreed. David motioned to move the $12,000 in the lease funds to the police fund. Cassie second. All agreed. Cassie motioned to purchase an inverter for the police cars. Brandon second. All agreed. David motioned to adjourn the meeting. Brandon second. All agreed.
All right, so motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
May 18th, 2026 meeting. In attendance, David Watkins, Brandon Wolf, and Cassie Shake. Watkins reported that the board will be working with the reserves to develop policies. The board will also explore fleet insurance option. No action was taken. Cassie motioned to start continuing education fund and ordinance. Brandon second. All in favor. Brandon motioned to table hiring a part-time seasonal worker pending insurance questions. Cassie second. All in favor. Brandon motioned to table fire department contract. Watkins second. All in favor. Cassie motioned to buy a ladder pending pickup. Brandon second. All in favor. Cassie motioned to talk with Wayne Hadar and see if he is able to pay $75 a month until the outstanding balance is paid off. Brandon second. All in favor. David motioned to adjourn the meeting. Brandon second. All in favor.
All right. Motion to accept those minutes.
Second.
Financial statement. General beginning balance was $284,713.98. Ending balance was $276,746.37. MVH beginning balance was $57,717.42. Ending balance was $58,998.24. Local roads and streets beginning balance was $35,532.29. Ending balance was $35,976.36. CCIF beginning balance and ending balance was $20,047.52. Water beginning balance was $50,149.62. Ending balance was $46,099.88. Sewer beginning balance was $809,686.14. Ending balance was $785,637.26.
All right, motion to accept the financial statement.
Second.
Well, you're gonna have to accept the executive minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, second. Many papers.
I know. No.
Sorry. Been busy this month.
Uh,
Did you get a chance to print that bid off for the concession stand? No.
Sorry.
It's $3,789
What? So,
to finish the concession stand at the park. 10 from, and trim and everything from, Gravers,
it ended up being how much?
$37.89. That'll get that finished down there.
All right. So we just need a motion to approve the funds for that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're approving to do, or motioning to do the concession stand at the park, which will be $3,789.
A second.
All right, all in favor? All right.
Insurance.
Okay. We switched over to Springer starting June 1st. Meeks renewal was $106,840. We ended up adding flood insurance, cyber. We've had a lot of emails from IDM saying that people are trying to attack the water department. Don't even know if it's possible, but for $1,573, we could go ahead and add cyber. Our total for adding the flood and the cyber to what we already had was $69,540. So we ended up saving $37,299.62 by switching over.
And everything's still the same?
And everything's still the same. We actually have more coverage. We only had $1 million with the way that Meeks did their insurance, like you had 5 million, but like say you had something that wiped out the sewer plant, like only $1 million of that would go to it. To where with Springer, we can take all of that pay like the whole $3 million to rebuild it or whatever it takes. And then we still have like there's a total of $5 million coverage. So it's actually giving us more coverage than we had before. And with Meeks Insurance, it was based off of replacement cost.
Okay.
Or no, it wasn't. Depreciation cost. Springer is replacement cost. So when the transfer switch went out, we only ended up getting $13,000. That's all we got. It actually cost $70,000. So with Springer, it will replace the whole thing at full cost value.
Okay.
I was able to get a hold of Meeks, do some negotiating, and we ended up, they are paying, it's like $170,000 for a transfer switch and a generator, which we received yesterday. Meeks Insurance, the EMC that we had, is paying the full cost of it. So if something happens and we have a power outage, we are not covered until the new transfer switch came in, which was like a 16-week thing.
Okay.
So,
So better coverage, less money.
right, pretty much.
So when you talked with them, there's something else that we had. Did you ask them about that fleet insurance?
We have it now.
We do?
Mhm.
Okay. And what about employee wise?
Anyone over 16 with a valid driver's license.
So 16 instead of 18?
Yep.
Okay.
That's all I have on the insurance.
Move on to the fire department contract. So,
Okay, I'm gonna backtrack just for a quick second. For insurance, does anyone have any questions or comments? Public wise? No? Okay. We can still go. Now we're on fire department contract. Okay. I can't even remember. What questions do we have last time on there?
It was the 150 being changed to $250. And then Josh got hold of Brittany and she said that, the town pays $250 for auto, $250 for clothing. The township pays $250 for auto and $250 for clothing, plus their runs.
yeah,
Bond.
Well, you told me that we pay $250 and she pays $250.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's clothing and allowance, $250 for clothing and allowance, not $250 for auto and then $250 for clothes. It's.
Oh,
that's-
250.
So it's
that's how
the
it reads in
250,
here.
yeah, it reads it in the contract that way.
250 each year for clothing allowance,
That's what I asked.
250 per year for firemen for car allowance, so that should be together.
I can't remember how the old contract was. I know the state changed it because it was 150. That's a state minimum. Then they.
Yeah, so it bumps up, so it should be 250 times 20 is $5,000 split between town and township.
It's two different entities.
Oh, I gotcha.
Two different departments.
I gotcha. So it's just,
$5,000.
I get the old contract that was pretty, I couldn't remember if it's.
It's exactly the same. The only thing she changed was the 150 to 250 and then the 3,000
yeah,
to
you just have
5,000.
you just have to change that wording, because right there it says
But
we're giving
it-
250 for
Yeah,
allowance for clothing and 250 for car allowance. It's separated there, and it shouldn't be. It should be
So
together.
if that's how the old contract read, 250 a piece or 150 a piece, yeah, that's how it may be
Yeah, but then we're all paying double. So I'm getting that.
paid double.
The state statute says it went from 150 to 250, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not multiple. It's not 500. It wasn't 300. It's just one fund, right?
That's what, I can't remember how it was wrote, but
So how many firefighters are on the town?
20.
How many's on the township?
It's 20 altogether.
Yeah.
So it's not split or anything like that?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
the Carlisle Haddon Fire Department, Carlisle Haddon firefighters were our own entity and they signed a contract with us to have us man their trucks. So
So-
Carlisle signs it with us, then Haddon signs. So it's two different entities.
Yeah, we just need to make sure that we're right on the $5,000 check. That's fine.
Right. Everything else other than that looks good. But it's the wording.
So we want to wrote it up right before we sign it, right?
Yeah, gonna have to.
She's saying yes, that's how it's supposed to be. 250 for clothing and 250 for auto. Because it was 150 for clothes and 150 for auto.
Do we have an old contract?
I can. Keep on that right. I can, we can tomorrow.
Let's move like 2-9. For
We can pull the code if you want to table it.
clothing allowance gone up. Fuel is ridiculous.
And,
I mean, we can't sign anything until it's right. Big old contract.
so what, you want to table it?
Well, I mean, we could approve it at the 5,000. I mean, it says on there it's $5,000, but then when you go down to the thing, it says it's
Yeah,
two
that-
fifty for this, 250 for that. So that's $10,000 a piece, township and town.
all right. So how do we want to motion that then?
Get section 2 worded right. And
All right. So motion to approve the contract, fire department contract with the notion on section 2 about the wording to make sure we're paying $5,000. It's supposed to be $5,000 versus 10,000. Right?
What do you mean $5,000 versus 10?
Because right now,
Section 2 says the township and the town shall pay the fire department a sum of $5,000 a year for clothing allowance and $5,000 a year for car allowance. Then it comes down 250 and 250. Is it two different funds?
there shall be 20 members on the fire department, example, $250 per year for each firefighter for clothing allowance and $250 per year for each fireman for car allowance. But like he said up here, it's saying 5,000 for clothing and 5,000 for car. So that's 10. And before, I don't know, I don't have no contract to look at.
It was 3,000
For both? Like total?
total.
So it was 6. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we just need to figure that out.
Yeah, she sent it to me.
That's House Bill 1048.
Any input from the public?
Well, on the bill summary, they're not separated. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. I don't know. That's the bill Brittany just sent me.
Clothing and automobile allowances.
It was from 150 to
The
250.
clothing and for active members of volunteer clubs and units served by, no, those are together. Clothing and, well, I don't know.
Because right now they're running.
To increase the annual clothing and automobile allowance for active members of.
But it's raises both required minimum clothing, it's 250 and auto.
It says annual clothing and automobile right there, but then it says up here, the clothing and active member. It's the word and.
But it says raises both the requirements from 100 to 250. So raises both the required minimum clothing allowance and automobile allowance from 100 per year to 250 per year. So that's
I
what.
mean,
We always did the 150.
Yeah. It's not like, I mean, they need it. But I think you guys do need it, even if we do the 10-2. Just saying. I know.
Yeah, just,
I see where you're coming at, where it should be, but on there, it says and, so maybe it is two separate ones.
On the house bill, it's showing both. Clothing
250 each,
and
yeah.
auto.
Yeah, it says it right there.
100 to 250.
Yeah, it says the bill effective July 1, 2026 amends Indiana Code 36-8-12-5 to increase the annual clothing and automobile allowance to active members and
So it's
volunteer
two to-
firefighters from
yeah.
150 to 250 each, or 100 to 250 each. So that's right.
It's right. All right, so motion to accept the fire department
Second.
contract, yeah. Took us a minute, we're there.
At least we got there. That's the main thing.
Yes, you got it, you're good. Okay. Give that to her.
Yeah.
All right, moving down the list.
Fire department ladder quote.
Okay, I called Brittany about this because you guys just decided to table it. Because if we could go to Ohio, send one of the guys, they
Right.
could go pick it up. She said the company is not in Ohio, the actual ladder is in New York, that we'd have to go pick it up. So I had Trish look around for the same exact ladder, and we found it out of Missouri, for $1,115 instead of the $1412. So save about $300 if we get out of Missouri, and that's with the freight.
That's what's happening.
That's what's having it delivered.
Okay. And that's the exact same thing?
Exact same thing.
Get it?
Yeah. All right, so
So which ladder was that?
The one, whatever one y'all.
It's
Just
the
take-
Alco Light PRL 14-foot roof ladder.
good. You okay with that?
Yeah, I
Okay,
have to read the thing again because I thought they said the old one was tore up also from heat.
This a different one.
Yeah, the big 3-stage ladder, 40-footer.
All I have is a quote for this one.
okay. All right,
We'll have her look at that same place for a 40-footer.
yeah,
Get a quote for
go
it.
to the,
next
yeah, I was
day.
gonna say, go to the same place. All right, motion to approve
Second.
the ladder. Worked out even better.
Marshall report.
So within the last month, since last meeting, we've had right at 40 calls of service. And we personally had 3 arrests. We just assisted dead for yesterday with another arrest. First charges, back at 41. So over the weekend, 2 people were arrested for over 100 miles an hour. We ran citations for running stop signs. Probably have 25 citations written for the last one. Speeding, running stop signs, disregard. I gave you guys a printout of spreadsheet. We have the spreadsheet, that's what that, different things that we're gonna need to come out of the fund that was just allotted to us. Mobile detect field kits, window phones, we do drug testing. So we can put the drugs in there, check our phone, give us a positive hit on whatever it is. Evidence boxes, we don't have anything for our evidence box, we don't have any boxes, we don't have any bags, nothing. So we need all those. 2 PBTs, breathalyzers, and then some spare handcuffs. That's all on there. Also, we're looking into doing the 287G grant, which is a partnership with ICE, which that becomes approval. ICE will give us a substantial amount of money for vehicles, equipment, pay for officers, all that. They'll give us a big lump sum for that. Basically, it means that somebody, we won't be like going out actively enforcing ICE regulations, but if somebody does get picked up, we're certified to pick them up and transport them to an ICE detention facility.
How far away is that?
I think close one would be Clay County,
Um,
so it's not too far. I think they'll give us right $225,000 off of that.
So what do you have to do to obtain that?
I have to get the board's approval and apply for the grant. So if you guys say yes, tomorrow I will put the grant in. I'm also putting in a grant tomorrow for new technology. It's a $20,000 grant to help buy radios and technological equipment we need to get us running with it. That's what we wanted.
I mean, I don't see.
Just whatever technology we
Grants are
need.
great. Yeah,
Also gave you guys, emailed you guys a copy yesterday of our SOGs. Let's see that out here too.
With the hard copy?
that's the one you guys did with Price, right?
Yes, the one we worked on with Bryce too.
We're working with.
So we went from having basically 10 pages to 244 pages, standard operating guidelines for our department.
Okay,
So that breaks it down, literally all the way down to what shoe
you know.
exact shoe brands are eligible for us to wear as shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Breaks down everything for us, what we can't do. Again, he said it went from 10 pages to 244. It's very in-depth and in detail.
Yeah. About that again.
So on the front page there, I think it should say approved on this date. So
It does.
if you guys vote on that, we just need to sign saying approved it.
Okay,
I want to read over that before we put it to those. I got a copy of it yesterday, but yeah, time to read it, 243 pages.
alright. Do you have any questions about it? I mean, I know you want to read over it, but why they're here? Just out of curiosity?
No,
Okay. All right,
It's 244 pages, so I figure it's gonna take a little while to go through.
I appreciate you getting on so quick though.
yeah,
It's important for us to have it. All right, so I'm gonna go into ordinances. So we've been working on ordinances throughout the town. I'm working on getting some of the basic properties cleaned up. I'm working with some of the corporations, getting the grass cut, keeping it cut down below 12 inches, weeds, all those different things. So we are, I know it's a concern of the town to work on this, so we've been spending a lot of time doing so. A lot of people have been working with me as far as getting to take care of themselves, so I don't have to go after them fines wise and all that. That's basically what the ordinance states that I can do, but it's been going fairly well for us. Everybody seems to be willing and open to working with us instead of us going after them.
good.
Also, like Steve said, we've been working on the four-way stop there. A lot of people seem to still want to run through it or don't come to a full stop. So that's, we're working on there as well. So if you see us sitting there, not that we're not doing our job, we're just catching people going through the stop sign and disregarding the stop sign.
They do it right for.
So hopefully we can get enough stops there, and I'm gonna look and see what it's gonna take to get the stop sign that flash. That's something else we're interested in getting at that four-way. That is a huge problem that we're running into. And the main excuse that we get is we didn't see stuff. So, and it's the four-way, and it's busy, and so there's semis that run up and down, through here. I don't want anybody just going through, and then now we have a casualty. So, also, we have a vacant and abandoned property registration ordinance. If you want to speak more on this.
Pretty much all this does is, it sums all our ordinances pretty much into one, that DeAndre has for all his violations of his house, but it also, any vacant and abandoned property, I'll just have to go ahead and read it. It's ordinance number 2026-3, vacant and abandoned property registration ordinance. Be it ordained by the town board of Town of Carlisle, Indiana. Section 1, purpose and authority. This ordinance is adopted pursuant to the Town of Carlisle's home rule authority under IC Code 361-3-4 and IC 36-1-3-5, which authorizes municipalities to exercise powers necessary for the protection of public health, safety, and welfare. This ordinance is further supported by Indiana Code 36-1-6-2, IC Code 36-7-9, and IC Code 36-7-36, which authorizes municipalities to regulate unsafe, vacant, and abandoned properties, enforce compliance, and recover associated costs. The purpose of this ordinance is to identify vacant and abandoned properties, require responsible ownership and maintenance, protect adjacent property values, reduce blight and public safety risk, recover administrative and enforcement costs. All fees and penalties and enforcement actions under this ordinance shall comply with the limitations set forth in Indiana Code 36-1-3-8. This ordinance is intended to supplement and not replace the town's existing nuisance and unsafe building regulations. Section 2, definitions. Vacant property means any improved parcel containing a residential or commercial structure that has been unoccupied for more than 90 days consecutive and exhibits evidence of vacancy, includes but not limited to disconnected utilities, accumulation of mail or deliveries, overgrown vegetation, unsecured or boarded openings, lack of customary occupancy indicators. B, abandoned property means vacant property that also is in violation of applicable property maintenance standards, is subject to foreclosure proceedings, or has been determined by the town to constitute a nuisance or a public safety concern. Where applicable, definitions in this ordinance shall be interpreted consistent with Indiana Code 36-7-36. C, owner means the legal title holder or any or entity holding legal or equitable ownership interest in the property. D, local agent means an individual or business entity designated by the owner and located within 50 miles of the town of Carlisle, authorized to receive notices and respond to emergencies regarding property. E, exemptions. This ordinance shall not apply to properties actively listed for sale or lease and properly maintained properties under active permitted construction or renovation, temporary or seasonal vacancies with ongoing maintenance. Section 3, registration requirement. A, the owner of any vacant or abandoned property shall register the property with the town clerk treasurer within 30 days after the property becomes vacant, or 10 days after written notice from the town marshal or other authorized town official. Registration shall include owner contract information, local agent contact information within 24 hours per day availability, proof of liability insurance if required by applicable law, a signed acknowledgement agreeing to maintain the property in compliance with all applicable town of Carlisle ordinances. C, registration shall be renewed annually and on or before January 1st for as long as the property remains subject to this ordinance. D, this registration requirement is a regulatory measure reasonably related to enforcement of property maintenance, nuisance abatement, and unsafe building laws authorized under Indiana Code. Section 4, fees and cost recovery. A, annual fees. Initial registration fee is $150 per property. Annual renewal fee is $150 per property. Late registration fee is $100 per property. Reinspection fee, $75 per additional inspection. B, fee adjustments. All fees shall be reasonably related to the town's administrative inspection and enforcement costs in accordance with Indiana Code 36-1-3-8. C, corrective action costs. If the owner fails to remedy violations after notice, the town may undertake corrective action and recover. Labor, material, and contractor costs, administration expenses, collection and liens. All costs incurred shall constitute a lien against the property as provided under Indiana Code 36-1-6-2, including issuance of bills to the owner, collection of unpaid balances, placement of a lien against the property. Section 5, maintenance standards. All properties subject to this ordinance shall A, be kept secure against unauthorized entry. Any boarded openings shall be properly fitted and maintained in a neat condition. B, maintain grass, weeds, and vegetation below the maximum height permitted by town ordinance. C, be kept free of trash, debris, junk, and hazardous conditions. D, maintain sidewalks and public right-of-ways in safe condition. E, maintain exterior surfaces in compliance with applicable property maintenance and nuisance standards. F, comply with all applicable buildings, fire, safety, and zoning regulations. All maintenance standards shall be enforced consistent with Indiana Code 36-7-9. Section 6, enforcement and penalties. A, notice. The town shall provide written notice of violation and allow a responsible opportunity to incur in accordance with Indiana Code 36-1-6-2. A. B. Cure period. Owner shall be provided not less than 10 days and not more than 60 days to correct violations. C. Corrective action. If violations are not corrected, the town may enter the property and take necessary action to bring the property into compliance in accordance with Indiana Code 36-1-6-2A. D. Cost recovery. The town may recover all enforcement costs pursuant to Indiana Code 36-1-6-2 B and C. E. Civil penalties. Violations of this ordinance may be subject to civil penalties as authorized by Indiana law and shall comply with Indiana Code 36-1-3-8. F. Repeat violations. Properties remaining in substantial noncompliance for more than 12 months may be subject to additional remedies available under Indiana Code 36-7-9 and Indiana Code 36-7-36. Section 7. Foreclosure and successor responsibility. Any mortgage lender or successor acquiring title through foreclosure, deed in lien, or similar transfers shall register the property within 30 days if the property qualifies as vacant and abandoned. Section 8, appeals. Any owner aggrieved by a termination or enforcement action under this ordinance may request a hearing. All hearings and appeals shall be conducted in a manner consistent with Indiana Code 36-7-9 and Indiana Code 36-1-6. The owner shall receive notice and an opportunity to be heard prior to final determination. Section 9, severability. If any provisions of this ordinance is held invalid, such as invalidity shall not affect remaining provisions. Section 10, effective date. This ordinance shall take effect following passage, approval, and publication in accordance with Indiana Code 5-3-1. Whereas the town of Carlisle issued notices of ordinance violations and is required in certain circumstances to send such notices via certified mail, and whereas the use of certified mail results in the cost to the town, including postage, materials, and administrative expenses, and whereas Indiana Code 36-1-6-2 authorizes municipalities to recover costs incurred in the enforcement of ordinances, including administrative costs, and whereas the town board finds it reasonable and necessary to recover such costs from the parties responsible. Duly passed and adopted. Let's say, but you guys gotta vote on it first.
Then we have to read it again.
Right,
That's a lot.
it is law.
All right. Do you have anything on it?
No, let's get a couple of ordinances together.
You guys got anything on it to say?
I don't have anything to say on it.
All right. What about the public? Just questions or comments?
Rick has a question.
Absolutely.
Sorry, look up.
Okay, you're charging $150. Where's this money going to and what will it be used for?
Okay, hold on. One question at a time. So annual fees, 150.
That's an annual fee that you must pay for and what is the definition of vacant?
Wrote that one there.
Vacant would be nobody living.
I mean, if I'm using a building, something as a storage unit,
It's in there.
and it has no utilities,
Yeah.
that's not vacant.
Okay,
And that's my question, is that I use different buildings that are
I got
vacant, but I store stuff in.
hold on.
So how can that,
Okay,
why
so,
would I be under that and have to pay you guys $150 every year to tell you that?
all right, I got you. Okay, definition.
Because you defined it as not
Okay,
having
so-
utilities.
It's in section 2.
Okay,
And that falls under.
clarification.
See, they're trying, but this $150,
So the 150,
you're
asking what it's gonna go to?
yeah, what's it being used for? You want $150 for a quote vacant property. And how do you determine what's seasonal, what's not seasonal? how many days of the year does it have to be occupied?
Okay,
I mean, there's a lot of open
This
zones,
ordinance says 90 days, anything over 90 days.
90 days.
90
okay, so
consecutive
days,
I think this here needs to be, what did your attorney say about this? Was he all for this, or what was his input on it?
did we have the attorney read it?
I know I'm exceeding my 2 minutes.
No, I'm making that too, all right. Did we have the attorney read it?
No, I think it just goes
We're
on
just bringing it to the board.
off of state statute.
Okay.
I didn't hear a response about the attorney.
No, it hasn't. It was just being brought to the board.
Oh, well, this was the first reading. This wasn't just being brought to the board, this was the first reading.
Okay, so,
That's different for bringing it for a board and having a first reading.
okay,
I can see taking it under advisement and allowing public input and to have the public have time to read this.
that's fine.
Yeah, we'll table it for,
Okay, so,
let Brandon read it, post it online,
Online,
make
yeah.
a copy out here.
okay, that's what I was gonna say.
I think you publish that online on their website or
We can probably attach a file.
because people from out of
With the
town
link.
aren't going to come to this window and read it.
Right, or open. We can create a link. And then you just click on it and it'll bring up that.
Because I also know, I spoke to some different people today who are investors in properties within this town. And I can tell you that if what is happening to them continues, you are facing a potential lawsuit after speaking with them today.
Okay. So. We'll hold off on it until next meeting. But let's have the attorney look at it, make sure his thoughts, recommendations. Hang on. Attorney. And then create a link and we'll just post it. Where anyone and everyone can read it. Create link. What else did we say?
No, I think that's pretty much,
Put it up.
Okay,
yeah.
and then for the next meeting, anyone that has questions, just try to submit them, I guess, to you beforehand. That way we can look at them and,
So you want motion to table it?
yeah, motion to table it.
Second.
Okay,
Alright, so the last thing on, that I'll talk about is, so we have a proposal to establish a community nonprofit organization to support the town projects and fundraisers within the town. Basically what this is it's a nonprofit organization that's gonna help us, facilitate, programs for the town, projects for the community to get involved in. These projects are, for community engagement. Some of these projects would be, town, look at here, town versus fire softball game. Summer movie in the park, community picnic day, in the park. This is to help build an initial volunteer base, raise awareness for Heart of Carlisle, which is a mission to establish presence within the community. Increase community engagement, early momentum with little to no financial investments, build strong foundations of volunteers and supporters. You want me to read through this or you want to?
I can sum it up if you want.
Okay, you can sum it up if you want to go ahead and
All
start.
right, so we've been working this month on trying to find different ways that DeAndre and the police department can interact more with Carlisle. They had some ideas about fundraising and stuff like that, like doing special events and everything like that. Technically, we cannot do anything like that without having a 501c3.
right,
Like we cannot have any donations, monetary or anything like that. What
Right.
this would do would, if the board approves it, we will start this corporation. all the money that will go into it, well, it will have its own bank account once it starts making money. The insurance will be taken out of this. They'll have their own special events insurance. That's the only insurance that they need. So like anything, like say they do like a dunk tank and they want to charge $1 for 3 throws. Once we get this established, they can make that money. All that money goes into their bank account, this corporation's bank account. And if say they want to throw another event, they need $100. We can get the money out of this account. It pays for itself. Pretty much, it's just something we'd like to get to the point, and do kind of like what Shelburne does, and have the bingo, and then maybe like between Shelburne, Carlisle, and Sullivan Legion, like we can promote each other. Like if say we have it on our bingo on Tuesday night, Shelburne say, hey, you know, Shelburne has theirs on Wednesday, Sullivan has theirs on Thursday, and give people around town something to do.
All for that. Have you guys, did you guys ever talk with Brandy or anything about that? Doesn't she do, she has the Friends of Carlisle.
This would be totally different. This would be the police department's actual corporation.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Huh?
And how to manage those funds, or what, I mean, would you have a?
It'd be a separate
There's,
folder.
it has its own board. The only thing is they need $525 for a startup cost.
A total of startup,
Yep.
525.
The second bank account we won't need until we get the gambling license, which will be like a year down the line because it takes about a year to get it.
Yeah, I remember.
So probably right now, $475 startup cost, but a total of $525 altogether. They'll have their own bank account.
And you would, so are they in charge of that or you're in charge of that?
It's a 3-member board.
Oh, you just.
Me and DeAndre and Abby discussed it,
Oh, okay.
and we picked
I didn't
it.
read all the way. I got you. Okay, I'm with you.
We're gonna do the board a little different than you guys, so it'd be like all 3, and then have to vote the same way. Otherwise, we figure out a different solution.
So do you guys have meetings too?
We'd have to have a meeting once a month. If the board approves us to go ahead and start this corporation.
I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it too. Anybody? Oh, okay, what do you got?
You know what I'm gonna.
It's fine. No, that's what I'm looking for. Questions. Brandy's not
Why
here.
are we not wanting to work with the Friends of Carlisle? Because if you remember, the one year, the town had its own little Christmas program.
Yeah,
And then
they had it
they
separate.
had their separate. Are we going back to that 2 separate, independent, I want to help Carlisle?
No, this is just something for the police department.
But
This is like their corporation where they can get out, they can interact with the community
But you're
more.
competing for the
They
same
can
dollar.
do, huh?
You're competing for the same dollar. I'm gonna give $1. Who am I gonna give it to? To the police or to the Friends of Carlisle?
Have you reached out with Brandy and?
I haven't got any connections with her, but I can reach out to her and see if there's anything. I mean, moving forward, I have no problem working with her.
Well,
We could do it.
I mean, we can,
I think you guys.
Split like the profit that.
the goal is to facilitate,
Need to work together as one.
which I agree with you. The goal is to facilitate community engagement.
Yes.
And so we can work with her, like she's got her own things going on and we can kind of like,
Well, you can support each
Support.
other.
she can come and,
They already got their gambling license
right?
and they've been working at this. They know some things. They've not been very successful. And I think trying to bring on another project,
Right.
neither one of you is going to end up with anything. And I remember the animosity that was created.
Yeah,
Right.
And it was very nasty. Very-
that's
I
why.
mean, I'm all for working with them and.
I don't, I'm not saying this is a
I like
bad idea,
this
but I
too.
think you two need
The only thing is,
to work together.
like, this is like for the police department. So if we work together with her, like, we have nothing that has the police department's name on it.
Right.
Oh, it's all Friends of Carlisle.
It's all Friends of Carlisle.
If you could merge, you know,
But like, if
She could
she wants to do an event with them, we could do that. Like, she pays half the cost, the police department pays half the cost out of this.
Which is
Fine.
which I'm all for, is working with her. I
It's
mean, I'm
just-
not trying to shut her out. I'm trying to build that community engagement, get people interested in coming out, and
again, was she invited to this meeting when this was going to be brought up?
I have no contact with her, so. No.
I would strongly urge to include somebody who's been working for this town, who's put forth a business in this town, who's made an investment into this town, and definitely don't shut her out, because that's what happened
Yeah,
previously.
she's the one that does now the
I mean,
Christmas.
she's been working for what, now pushing 4 years?
Something like that. 3. She does the back to school fundraiser.
I mean, she does a lot of good,
Um,
and I just hate to see you guys.
I see where you're coming from. Like I said, I'm willing to work with her. This is just I'll have to make a phone call, meet up
Yeah.
with her.
And I think, you know, I think it's good. I'd like to see you.
So do we wanna continue?
That's her biggest problem. is
table this until we talk.
I've talked to her, is
Yeah.
people will volunteer to help,
I think
but don't show up to help.
Right.
So you.
we gotta work
you three
together,
are
but
willing to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right,
the thing is,
so-
we can work with her. I just can't, like I said, we can't, this is gonna be it's separate. And I can't combine hers with ours.
Right.
So it's gonna have to be an open line of communication between us and her, what she's got going on, which I'm perfectly fine with.
So your
Yeah, that's
board,
what you guys work out, but I'm just pointing that out.
all right. I'm gonna go ahead and motion to approve the Heart of Carlisle. You guys just need to definitely get with Friends of Carlisle.
Right.
So the Heart of Carlisle board,
We can work. on
work
that
with Friends
today.
of Carlisle. And I mean, I think there could be some awesome events for the town that you guys could put
Which will
together.
be, which I want to, this is the whole point, is
Yeah.
facilitate that community engagement. So I have no problem with
Yep.
getting a hold of her today and figuring out if she wants to come to meetings and we can discuss things with her.
I would just throw out that line of communication with her. Cause you guys don't want to be planning something for the same thing either,
No.
you know,
So
might as well work together.
are you also approving the $475 startup cost?
Yeah, motion to approve. The startup
Yeah,
cost.
second.
All right. I don't have anything else further for the party. Anybody else have any questions for me, any concerns that? you
Yeah,
wanna
go
talk
back
me
to the
about?
go back to the beginning of what Steeple brought in. What did you guys? see?
Okay, so which one? So he brought in, you talking about this?
Yeah,
here?
we haven't approved
So
anything.
this spreadsheet is, okay, so when we are on calls, we do calls to service, obviously, and we encounter a situation where we're first ones on scene, we have no evidence boxes, no drug kits, no PBTs, no, equipment that we need. So then we have to have other outside agencies come in and assist us time and time again, and obviously if that continues, that's drawing from their budget, their equipment. And so our plan is to go in and get all the supplies that we need. And so that way we have it within our department. We become a little bit more self-sufficient instead of having to rely on other departments.
So how
to
much is this
supplement
total?
all this equipment.
It ain't much.
So that's what we brought in, the PVTs, the handcuffs, everything.
So we just need to
be
approve it?
efficient.
All right, so motion to approve your budget, which Steeple had already gone in depth with the bags and the handcuffs and the evidence boxes. Motion to approve that, which doesn't look like it maybe cost like $1,000.
Like 3,200.
As something. And then, okay. Did you need anything else?
You go ahead and call.
Oh, and then your grants that you wanted.
Yeah, I get approval for-
I'm-
for the technology grant. Yeah, that's one I did.
Is there any money that you need, like, you just apply for it and see what happens? I mean, I'm all for it if we don't have to put out anything and they get like 20,000? Something. All right, so motion to approve the ICE grant.
Second.
Hopefully you get somewhere with that.
Anything
Be
else?
a good
Worthington's already-
change.
Worthing?
Good.
Worthington's already-
Reach out to other organizations that done it and see what you need. All right. Is that all?
That's it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Thanks. Water superintendent.
I don't, here, take it to here. Nope. You, no one?
Didn't go in files, so.
Yeah, he's got a pile of stuff in there.
That's- Take that one.
He could get some. Okay.
Thank you.
Basically, I'll let you guys read through that and ask me any questions. The only thing I got is a wellhead protection plan, 5-year update. Quote to be signed. There's 4 pages for the quote. It's not to exceed 7,500 on that. It's a 5-year update. It hasn't been updated since 2016. So it's, or 2000, it's been 10 years, 2011, 2016 it was due. So, it needs to be done. There's a couple pages of scope of work, what their scope is. So, anything else on there that you guys need? When you guys are talking about grants, it brought it up in my mind. I didn't write it down, but we did get denied for the energy grant that, we applied for.
Denied?
But if you approve that, I need you, the town board president, to sign it, print, and then your,
There you go. So basically, it's
title.
Okay, so, hold on. I was reading that. Oh,
wellhead protection. So what'd you say, every 5 years?
Yeah, every 5
it
years.
hasn't been
Yeah.
since-
This is 5 years ago.
16.
Yeah, it's about 10 years.
So,
Just 10 years, right?
Here it is.
All right, well, obviously it has to be done if it's supposed to be every 5 years and it's been 10.
agree.
All right. So motion to approve the wellhead, is that what you said it was? Protection plan?
Protection plan.
Second.
Okay, so you can spend that.
If you can sign that, I'll send it to him tomorrow, dude.
Yeah. So
Sign, print, title, date.
Hmm.
it's still way out on the UV system and. all that stuff.
Yeah, so the UV is due to be delivered August 15th. Then startup should be September 15th. Which doesn't leave a lot of time for the remainder of the UV season, but we're working towards it all the time, so. That's what IDEM looks for compliance. That's what we're doing.
Okay. Anything? Thank you.
Anything else? No more questions?
All right, Grant.
I gave you a list of what I was gonna talk about tonight. First off, I got solar lights mounted on the Sherwood building sign. Still working on getting the bucket truck down to the park to install the solar light on top of the flagpole. With ball tournaments and rain, it was hard to get it down there, so I didn't tear up the park area, so. Working on getting several street signs fixed and properly reflected for people to see the signs. Just trying to get those in place. Just also been just doing some general maintenance, mowing town facilities, properties around, weed eating, trying to catch up on that. The trees were bitted out. They have been removed and cleaned up, and also the brush has been removed and cleaned up from the wastewater treatment plant. Town cleanup went very well. I believe there was around 9 to 11 dumpsters used. So, I mean, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys used last year. I was not here last year, so I'm not really sure. But I think it went really well. The last street department superintendent was supposed to get quotes on garage doors at the Smith building. I did get one quote for that. You guys have that in front of you. That is for all materials. Let's see here. That's to finish framing it in, getting the rails mounted at their heavier duty doors. Installing it. Labor and material is $10,250 is it's gonna cost to do that and remove the sheet metal and all that stuff and make it proper. So I just need to see if I can continue with that or if you have any other ideas of how you want to do that. And then my seventh thing is hiring of personnel.
Okay.
Let me go back to it. We go to the dumpsters.
Okay, go for dumpsters.
It was 14, 20 yards. We spent $6,300 on that round. I think we got, was it 2 loads of scrap for? It was
Three.
3 loads of
Pretty
scrap.
much.
Remember what it was? Well, we got 3 loads of scrap out of
I
that.
think it was around $600.
We'll have the exact number next meeting.
I think it was around 600.
So that was pretty good.
That was pretty good. Okay. Keep going.
Was the doors insulated?
Yeah.
Did you get a quote for insulated or not?
Non-insulated.
Non-insulated?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's, like you said, it's all for the
It's not
the framework that they gotta do to put the doors in, and the railings, and
exterior.
the overhead units and stuff like that. So,
So that's he comes, it's done, you hit a button and. you're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So,
Or
and
10.
that's also to fix the third garage door on the Marshall building as well. He quoted that as well, so.
And that's in
That's
this?
included, yes.
Okay, awesome.
Sounds good. There's $20,000 in our building maintenance fund. I don't think we spent anything this year.
No, and we're halfway through, so 10 would be about right. All right, so motion to approve the garage door installation,
Second.
install, whatever.
Oh, can I ask one more thing of you guys as well?
Yes, go ahead.
The wall AC unit in the Marshall building does not work. It was like 90-some degrees in there today. I was in there typing all this stuff up and I was like, I went to the truck and got an AC to do that. So I didn't know if I could get it.
Budget, spending budget, so.
Well, I
if
just
you
wanted,
need
I wanted your approval since it was changing the building, so I didn't want to.
It's
Appreciate
already
that.
in there, right?
Well, it's in there, but I just wanted your approval to do that, so.
Right. All right, public, what comments you got?
Oh.
Questions?
Is on the doors. Did you get more than one quote or just one person?
I mean, I called around and that's the only quote I got.
That's only,
Yeah.
that's only quote you get.
Yeah.
I always hate just going with one because I don't
Yeah.
high, low, or
Alright.
do it.
Yeah, that's the only one that returned my call and got back with me, so. If they can't return my call, then they don't want the business in my eyes,
I agree.
so.
All right, we approve that, move on.
Approve the AC, yeah.
Yeah, motion to approve the AC.
Second.
And then,
Oh,
a higher,
yeah, you wanna go?
person.
I know you guys were gonna go back and look to see.
Oh, yeah,
see who would
so-
pay And stuff like that, I didn't know.
And we made, yeah, so when we looked at them, we already had, it's just, we had to make sure they could be, which now we know they could be 16 or older instead of 18. So for me to hire you is William Hallfield. Assuming these are still the exact same applications.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll second that. When's payday?
Pay period starts by Thursday.
So we're gonna start Thursday again.
Yeah, if you can start Thursday. The sooner the better, right?
Absolutely.
For the part-time position. Okay,
And is that I know you said there might have been another salary ordinance that it was less than the 1660, or is that what we're?
That's was.
no, I think, yeah, no, 1660 is what it is,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's because.
I was gonna say, that's what was in the minutes. Yeah, all right, so if you'll just get with William and make sure, see when he can start, or if he still wants the job.
Oh, tonight.
Okay, I'm gonna give those back. Do we get a second person if he says no?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I don't wanna come back in here and be like, hey. All right, I can't remember who the second person was.
Stars. Stars was it.
He was,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, I got you. There's just off that.
I know.
Um,
So I think it's 1660.
There is
Yeah.
what?
so William or Levi.
Well, his middle name is O, so.
No, yeah. Well, whichever one says William Melville.
Got it.
Just call and see which one it says.
And that's seasonal part-time, right?
Yes, seasonal part-time.
Is gonna go with Jackson.
Yeah. I feel like there's different names in here. Either Jackson or even Paul Ridgway.
Is that a second and a third? Just did that way.
Yeah, I don't care.
Make a motion.
So who's second?
I'll second.
No, I mean,
Oh, William, Jackson,
Paul.
Paul.
All right, anything else?
Well, that's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
All right.
oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, go ahead.
We did get the fleet program, right?
Yes.
So am I able to bring in any future reserves for background checks and anything like that? Since the fleet program's already in place now? For insurance?
I mean, I'm for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have to provide the best, so it comes out of your allotted fund you got there.
Yeah. Should just be two. Right now, so I guess I would have to come out of that, yeah, so you're right. I just wanted to make sure,
Because you have Abby and supplement stuff.
well, I'm talking about for future reserves.
Oh, do you have
Five,
anybody that you want to put now, or you're just,
I just want to know
Okay.
if I can go forward with.
yes.
Cause it's gonna be full blown background checks, everything like that. I wanna make sure that I can go through the process thoroughly. I want to make sure since we had to wait for the fleet program last time we talked about it, so I want to make sure that was, so I'm good to go forward with the five or what I'm asking. I'm not saying,
To me,
I'm
it's
not saying, I'm not saying I'm gonna go with.
No,
Five right now, cause obviously I gotta get the equipment and stuff like that, but I want to know.
To do
That
your
would be
reference
from-
check and your background and stuff.
Right.
I'm
if I do
for
choose
that.
to bring people,
It's your department. You get to pick who you want. They're under you, so.
okay.
Are you all right with that?
Yeah.
Good, all right.
It's a,
Motion to let him
that funding,
go through with the research.
sorry, the ordinance.
So I was gonna say, I don't know if that needs a motion or not. Okay,
Doesn't it need a motion or not?
we'll do a motion just in case. Better to have it than not have
A
it.
motion on our reserves if needed.
Yes.
Okay.
And any background, whatever he wants to do to cover himself. In the department.
We got,
Okay, this one, I don't know. One's a pool hole, one's a leak. Those are no questions. Jenna Smith moved in on 5/8/26. We read bills on the 15th. The house that she was living in, I told James when he went out to go, I was like, that's been on stormwater for at least 3 or 4 years that I know of. Because I couldn't even pull up the history. So I know it had to be at least 3 to 4 years. There was a leak as soon as he turned it off, so he turned it right back off. They had a plumber come out, they fixed it. So she actually didn't have her water turned back on until the 11th, so she only used 4 days. So she's wanting to know if we can prorate her bill because since she did have the water turned on, it sent out the minimum 62.23.
Right.
She wants us to prorate her bill for only the 4 days of use.
I mean, I'm for it.
Okay.
It was 4 days. I mean,
I do that.
Well, we just take the 62.23 divided by 30.
yeah. And then it'll give you,
Yeah.
and then just add 4 days to that, I guess.
Hold on.
Okay.
I got the other number. And then that goes not possible. So. Hold that.
Didn't we have for Bullfield, wasn't there an ordinance for that? Like a spring or,
We have the summer sprinkling program. It's June, July, and August. So when we read this month, it will be for June, July, and August. So every one of those 3 months, it's prorated into the computer.
so his wouldn't apply to that then?
No, because he filled his full.
We should probably change that to May, June, July.
I mean, we can do that next year if we want to do that. We did have a lot of pull fills.
I know,
This
well,
last
that's
month.
because, yeah, most people fill up, you know, in May. Okay, here's that.
Yep.
All right. Our people, he left, Wayne left, got him taken care of. And then, Josh, do you have anything? No, okay. Rick Whiteshake, hang on. Guess you're gonna send in your questions instead of ask your questions.
Since I was limited and closed out.
Okay. So last time, I'm not gonna speak, 2 minutes to bring up subject matter, the average number of visits, 2 minutes to come back. For the board. The same, but if anyone else speaking to me. All right, do you wanna read the questions? Or you want me to?
You can read it, huh?
Okay. Well, the first one, it's more a statement than a question, but, all right. Why is the office administrator working at the water plant? I think you told me, right? Yeah, you were helping with water testing, right?
That was possibly in the IDM and the inventory.
So she was seen out at the water plant or whatever, been out at the water plant, whatever. Doing inventory, IDM. Okay,
That was something we said, all
It's
these
fine.
questions was actually sent to me.
that's fine. Why,
It's 2 months ago, shouldn't have been out there in 2 months.
I think he asked last meeting, but we cut him off. Why is this the only meeting that I attend that requires me to sign in to speak? Because everyone, since we started, there's just been a sign-in sheet. We've just continued with it.
I know I go to the county meetings, you fell.
I don't know. Then we have a record of who's here and who spoke, and if we have any questions, then we have a way to reach out, I guess. I don't know. Just kind of grandfathered in for us. What are the addresses of the tree removals that were recently approved? All right, David, that's you.
Forward. You know the addresses?
I guess I do.
There's two on Jenkins and
Okay.
one on Salem. I think.
Did they leave any, I think, I know I asked this, Jenkins, they did leave stumps? So are you asking that because we've said in the past about stump grinders?
No, somebody asked me about it, and I said I didn't know, so I would ask what the actual, they asked me what the actual addresses were.
What'd you say, Jenkins?
Yeah, Jenkins and Salem. I'm not sure the actual addresses.
Did you go down and look at them and make sure it all looked good and?
Yeah, that looks, yeah.
Yeah.
They did very good.
You can give me the actual addresses.
Yep, I can find out.
Just get
I
it.
appreciate it.
Going down the list. In the February 2024 meeting, $5,100 was spent on a sprayer to line the streets. Why has nothing ever happened? Good question. Well, didn't that sprayer clog up? Or was that a different sprayer?
Oh, I think that's the one. I think that's the one that clogged us. I don't know if they ever fixed it or not.
So,
But yeah, if we can't get that fixed, we need to really paint the lines.
I think James fixed it and we bought new tips for it because the tips were all plugged with paint. So I think it's good to go now.
okay,
So
I'd have to get with Jay.
Paint or was it?
He went down to Vincent's to NDOT and got painted, so
which
I
we
don't
get
know if
free
that's-
paint through there, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's not compatible.
Well, I seen it in there. I seen it in there, but I don't.
For some reason, it kept clogging up. But if it's fixed, I would attempt, whenever you get time, see if it works. Because we did spend money on that. Well, you will have a new person, so. Okay, last question. In the December 2024 meeting, a request was made for a gate by the enclosure by the Smith building, and no gate has been installed as of today's date. Could the electronic gate that was purchased prior to this board's term for the sewer plant that has never been installed be used at this location?
It could, but I think the one they bought was designed for a cattle gate.
So like if
Talking about the bullpen.
the one that
Talking
Joe,
about the bullpen.
Yeah, the one over here is because that originally was going to be, to be locked off for security. So if you want to store something or actually now that we have an active marshal, if he tows a vehicle, he could impound
Right.
there versus taking it, I guess, to Shelburne.
Yeah, I think that they spent 2,100 on an automatic gate, but I think it was for cattle. I don't know if it'd do a full fence or not, but yeah, that was supposed to be, that was on Steve's list. So I mean, if you didn't reach out to a fencing company, see about getting a gate on there. Maybe nice to knock that down while we're doing the garage doors.
Chain link or what kind of this?
Yeah, probably a chain link.
Yeah, I just put a gate there.
all right. Did that answer all your questions? Good. All right. Anybody else? All right, motion to adjourn?
Second.
The site sampling plan's done. I just need you to look over it and sign it. You'll have to have your signature.